welcome to Fluffnpuff Pastry. So, as many of you all may know, Pokemon is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, which means they've been giving out a bunch of legendary Pokemon, and one of them being my favorite, Jirachi, which we're gonna make today. And I thought about him and what he would look like as a dessert, and I thought, how cute would he be as a lemon meringue tart? So let's get to it. Okay, so to start us off, I wanted to name all the ingredients for you and the tools that you'll be needing to do this with me today. Because he's a lemon meringue tart, we're gonna need 3/4 cup of lemon juice, which means it accounts to about 3 lemons squeezed, 3 egg yolks, as well as 3 eggs. And here we have 1 cup of sugar minus 1 tablespoon of sugar. 3 ounces, which is about 6 tablespoons of butter. And for the meringue, we have here 3 egg whites and 8 tablespoons of sugar. And to mix it all together, we're going to be using a rubber spatula, a whisk, and a double boiler. And all a double boiler consists of is a pot with a little bit of water and a stainless steel bowl that fits right on top of it. Black food coloring, pink food coloring, blue, and green. A small round tip as well as a rose tip. You're also going to need a pie crust dough, which I have made last night, but you can also buy it at the store. The yield is going to be enough for about a 10-inch tart. I made a 2-part Jirachi stencil. You guys can find it in the description box below. You can cut it out of paper or any light cardboard. I cut mine personally out of a pizza box just because it's a little more sturdy. On that note, we're going to get started. So when we roll out the dough to cut Jirachi out of it, we are actually going to leave a part of the dough very thick. You want it to be about a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to lay his headpiece on there, which is this guy right here. You're going to lay the headpiece on there and you're going to cut it out of that thick part of the dough. After that, we're going to roll the dough back up into a ball, and then we're going to want to flatten it out till it's about a 1/4 inch. Alright, so once we got them all cut out, we're actually going to take a fork and just lightly poke little holes into the body here, just so that he doesn't rise too much later on and become really puffy. And then after that, we're going to throw him into the fridge for about 30 minutes. I'm going to start preheating the oven, and we're going to go to 375 degrees. We're going to take the body out around 11 to 12 minutes because it is thinner than the head. And for the head, it's going to take about 13 to 15 minutes. Now that we got our pie crust out of the oven and cooling, we're going to start on the lemon crust. Oh no, why is it so bad? The lemon curd. So now that we got both of our pie crusts out of the oven and cooling, we're going to get started on the lemon curd. Alright, so we transfer the eggs over to the stainless steel bowl that we're going to put over the pot. And you're just going to add the cup of sugar minus the 1 tablespoon of sugar into the eggs. And we're going to want to stir it so that all mixes up well. And then now we're also going to add in our lemon juice to that egg sugar mixture. Alright, so while we're stirring this right now, we want to turn the stove on and have the water start to boil. I would suggest bringing it up to a high temperature so that you could start the boil and then bring it back down to 4.5 or a medium-low heat to a gentle boil. I'm just getting the ice bath ready so that we can cool it down later. Alright, so I just put the bowl onto the boiling pot of water. We're going to bring the heat back down to medium-low heat, and we're going to constantly stir. Alright, so now that has thickened to the point where the curd will lay on top of the mixture and hold its shape for a few seconds, we can strain it through the strainer into another bowl. So after we have strained it, we're going to mix in our pieces of butter right away so that it melts in there. You want to cover it up with the lemon curd. Alright, and once it's melted in, we're just going to throw it in the ice bath so it can cool down. Alright, so for the meringue part, we're just going to pour the egg whites in there into the metal stainless steel bowl, and then as well as the 8 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to mix that all up. And meanwhile, I also have the stove still boiling that same pot of water that we used for the lemon curd. And we're just gonna put it on there. We only want to reach about 160 degrees on an instant read thermometer. Alright, so now that we got our egg whites up to 160 degrees, you're gonna want to pour it into the mixer and let it mix. Alright, so here we're gonna test out the stiffness of the meringue. And how we know that is that we're just gonna take our whisk, dip it into the mixture a little bit, and we're gonna pull out, and you're gonna give it a little shake, just like that. And if it doesn't really move that much, you got some stiff peaks. Alright, and then once we have that at the consistency that we wanted it, we're just gonna make little batches of colors to put on Jirachi. We know that he needs turquoise for his little flags, black for his eyes and the little eye on his tummy, and then just a little bit of pink for his mouth. And I also put the lemon curd after it has cooled into a bag. So we're just gonna grab little scoops of the meringue mixture to make our colors. Alright, so we're gonna start mixing the colors here. And I'm gonna mix the blue and the green together to make that kind of turquoise color for his flags. Alright, now it's time to decorate! We're gonna start with the lemon curd. And I cut out an angled slit on there just with the bag. And then we're just gonna pipe it onto the head area. So I also got a little mini offset spatula. You could use a butter knife or a spoon or anything, but we're just gonna use it to smooth out the lemon parts that we just piped on. Alright, so once you got those colored in with the yellow lemon curd, you're actually gonna put in lemon curd to fill the entire body, but just a thin layer, so that it tastes delicious to have some lemon underneath, and then we're gonna put the meringue on top. Alright, now we're gonna fill in Jirachi's fluffy white body with the meringue. We're just gonna pipe it in, and then we're gonna go around to his body. With a small round tip, we're just gonna pipe the fingers in by doing a little teardrop shape and pull out. Bloop. Alright, so first we'll be putting it on the eyes and then the third eye, and then his little tassels at the top and his little mouth. He's got these big googly eyes, so don't be afraid to make these big. And then a smile shape for his third eye. Now we're going to add 3 tassels with a turquoise meringue, one at each point on his head using a rose tip. Switching over to a round tip, but with the same color, we'll pipe on small triangles underneath Jirachi's cute eyes. So with the pink bag, we're also going to use a circle tip, and we're just going to pipe a mouth. So it's going to be flat on top and then a long oval shape on the bottom. Alright, and just for finishing touches, we're going to animate the eyes a little by putting a white dot. And here is Jirachi, and he's all finished and done. He turned out looking so cute. I love how chubby he is. If you'd like to see more pictures, make sure to check it out on the Fluffnpuff Pastry page on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video as much as I loved making him. If you guys are making any of your own Jirachi creations at home, please show me down in the comments below. Or if you have any other Pokemon you would like me to try, please leave a comment. I'll try to make it into a dessert as best as I can. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe right down below. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I'll catch you later.